Alright, what is up, y'all? So I want to do a quick video. Today we're going to talk fungicides. Now, I've got a little bit of leaf spot and maybe a little bit of beginning of an onset of some duller spot. So I have a couple of things I'm going to put down. I'm going to do a combination of azoxystrobin and propiconazole. That's going to go down at a rate of 0.4 ounce per thousand of the azoxy, 1 ounce per thousand of the propiconazole. With that, I still need to get my second app of my prodiamine down, and I did end up getting a hold of some Depth10 as a split with some other people, so I got some of that in. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of this down. Now, I started to record something last night, and I'm going to kind of re-record it because I kind of went on a tangent. So in me dealing with these fungicides, I have to say you really have to read the labels. Trying to keep from going on too much of a tangent here because I really started to get mad. Just because I'm friends with a lot of professional lawn applicators who rely on these chemicals, and so you get some people who will buy random chemicals and not even read the labels before they buy them, and then ask how to apply said chemicals. Some of which I've seen being purchased were pretty nasty chemicals, such as Negate. If you're not familiar with Negate, it's a pretty nasty chemical that if you apply it, I believe no more than 2 ounces per thousand, or not 2 ounces per thousand, 2 ounces per acre, it can sterilize the lawn, and it can kill trees, it can kill your neighbor's trees. So, being many of us in a DIY lawn care, you really have to be smart about what you're putting down. You have to read the labels. As I say, the labels are the law, and you need to pay attention to what you're doing. And if you're unsure about a chemical, unsure how to put down the chemical, unsure if you have the right equipment to spray said chemicals, you probably shouldn't have that chemical. Now, I'm not going to go into too much details, but someone had bought some Negate and asked how to apply it when it was already on the way. Now, they said, they didn't read the label because they haven't received it yet. There are tons of sites out there where you buy these products that have the label readily available for you to read. So anytime I go to buy a chemical, I look at the safety data sheet, I look at the application rates, and make sure that I'm going to be able to apply it safely. I'm going to be able to apply it based on the equipment that I have, and that it'll actually work based on what I'm needing. If I'm after a particular weed or whatever that I'm trying to get rid of, that product will actually work for what I need. Now, if I didn't read that and just go out and buy chemicals and then I turn around and get it, now I might be stuck with a product that I can't even apply. So you got to be smart about what you buy. So I've got some stuff that I got put down. So I read the label of the azoxystrobin. So the way this needs to mix, it specifically says the azoxy needs to go in there first. It's a water dispersible granule. Then it says you apply any other water dispersible granule in there with it. So I'm going to go azoxy, the prodiamine, and then from then I want my propiconazole. So I'm going to mix that in there, and then last I'll put some Depth10 in there. I don't think it really matters between the propiconazole or the Depth10 which one goes in there first, but this first, this second, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the propiconazole third, and I'm going to spray this all down. Now, it does say that this is supposed to go down with a lot of carrier, like 4 gallons per 1,000 square feet. I've only got a 4-gallon backpack sprayer that applies at roughly a ½ gallon per 1,000. So I kind of did some double checking on it just to make sure that it'd be okay. Apparently some of the your stand-on sprayers, they only apply it like not even ½ gallon, like a quart per 1,000 or something like that, and they apply fungicides and never had any issues. So even though it says 4 gallons per 1,000, you could go ahead and apply a little bit less water than that. Somebody's cutting down some trees. So I'm gonna get this all mixed up, and I did I actually did the backyard and the side yard last night about 9 o'clock, so I didn't record anything. So I'll try to record what I can with applying this down the front yard and see what we can do here. All right, so we got the azoxystrobin, There is 3.2 ounces in there. We're going to get that poured in there. I'm going to use my bucket to get this all kind of mixed up together before I put it in my sprayer. Now I've got my 3.2 ounces of prodiamine. I've got 8,000 square feet times 0.4 ounces per 1,000 square feet equals 3.2 ounces. So we've got those in there. I'll mix that up a little bit, get it dissolved. Then we'll shoot up some propiconazole. So now we've got the 8 ounces of propiconazole. I was asked via Instagram how this stuff mixed. As you see so far, there's no issues. You would see some congealing or something like that. There's no issues there. So the last thing I got to add in is the Depth10. So let's get that mixed in there. Alright, so I just poured all the Depth10 in there, the 8 ounces of that, so I can spray it at 1 ounce per 1,000. That is all mixed in. And again, no issues. So I guess you consider this a really, really huge jar test. We're really seeing if it had any issues or anything. All that looks fine. So now I'm going to get that into the tank, fill it up the rest of the way to 4 gallons, and let's get spraying. Alright, everything's mixed up, got it up to 4 gallons. This is really difficult to spray and walk. We'll see what I can do here. Kind of good thing about this Pre-Emergent is that it comes out extremely yellow, so it is nice and easy to see when I'm spraying. And as you see, the sprayer that I have is what is referred to as a flood jet nozzle. This is what came from the from GCI. It does okay. However, if you have the least bit of wind or anything, got some moles, least bit of wind, this will kind of blow back on you, versus if you have like a T-jet nozzle. But I am at this point kind of accustomed to how fast it sprays out, but I do want to ultimately look at getting some T-jet nozzles. May even do like some sort of boom setup where I can do 2, maybe 3 T-jets on here. I can cover a bigger area, have a little bit smaller droplet size, and be able to keep this from blowing back on me. Because one big thing about these T-jets is it blows back on you, and I've been kind of taught that when you spray something, a chemical like this, you should not have any chemicals end up on your boots. You can see my boots are pretty wet up to the pretty much front of my feet are all wet, versus just the tips of my toes. So those lines across the toes should be all that gets wet, and it's not the case with these flood jets. So there'll be an upgrade soon. So I like going through, spraying my perimeter. Then what I do is I look at my lines. So it's a 4-foot wide spray. So I spray and I go over 4 lines and then spray again. So I'm gonna get this all sprayed up and I'll catch up in a minute. All right, well, as I was about 3/4 of the way applying everything, it started raining on me. So I don't know, as far as from a fungicide standpoint, how well that's going to do for pre-emergent though. That's pretty freaking awesome. As soon as I got it sprayed down, it watered it in for me. So we were good. So I guess that's it for this week's video. I normally use my GoPro and everything, but I kind of knew the rain was coming because I was up at my data center a few hours ago and just got absolutely drenched. So I figured it was coming this way. So I figured I'd try to get this stuff down before it did rain. Mostly a success. Tried to beat it, but got rained on a little bit. It's all good. So that's it for this week, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.